Hey, it's Vicky back with another alcohol ink painting. This one I started with some blues and kind of a really light brown and kind of tried to do more of an up and down kind of motion with this one for variety. Um, I like the background. I think it turned out really cool. So I struggled with what to put in it, but the colors just screamed to me um, Blue Heeler. And I love Blue Heelers. We've had a couple. So this Blue Heeler that I painted isn't one that was my dog. It's just like a generic Blue Heeler that I found and put in there. We lost our Blue Heeler, Pepper. It's been, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago now. She had cancer. It was terrible. And now we have a red healer and we have a healer mix. So healers are near and dear to our hearts. So this was kind of it just reminded me of her a lot as I was painting it and what a cool and amazing dog she was. So what I do is get the background and then I get an outline of the animal that I'm going to paint. And then I use a light table and I just kind of trace the outline so that I kind of have that to start with. Then I take a Q-tip with isopropyl alcohol and I kind of block in the shape. So if you look on this right now, you can kind of see where it's lighter rather than darker, and that's kind of where I blocked out the shapes. And then I take alcohol ink markers and I add color back in. Now with this one, I added quite a bit of color because, it was kind of the animal was really dark. So I added a lot of color first. Sometimes I'll do it where I'll add color and then I'll use the paintbrush and I'll color paintbrush. I don't know, it just depends on what I'm doing. So as you can see now, I'm using a paintbrush and I'm putting just plain isopropyl alcohol on that paintbrush and I'm going over and moving those inks around to the places where I want them to go. Alcohol ink is such a great medium because you can really get a lot of great textures with it. And so it works really well for fur. So this one turned out so good because of all the fur. It seems like when you use that paintbrush, you kind of get a highlight and a low light at the same time in that fur, so it makes it really easy to do. So I'm just putting in the nose now, and a lot of the details, I feel like in these paintings, the details matter, and the more detailed I could get, the better they're going to look. So I spend a lot of time on those little fine details, making sure I get all the right highlights in there and the low lights and you want a full range of lights and darks in there, or I do. I don't know. You don't have to, but that's what I like to do. I like to start with the backgrounds that are really abstract and then put realism in there. And I think the contrast of that with the abstract and the realism makes for a really nice, interesting painting. And I'm having just a really great time with these paintings. If you haven't seen some of my other ones, there's lots of them on this channel, so go back and look. And they're all different. They're all similar as far as technique, but they all look very different because the backgrounds just turn out how they turn out. So now I'm working on the eyes, and the eyes are so important. And I feel like, I spend a lot of time on the eyes because I want to get the eyes just perfect. And if I can get the eyes to look great with all the right highlights and everything, then, the painting's going to be a winner. I just know that. So this one's turning out so good. And I'm always surprised at what I'm able to do. Before I started using alcohol inks, or maybe not before then, but it just seems like in the past year, I've just been really finding my stride with art and painting and just really getting some confidence and really loving it. And it's been good. Yeah. So with this one, I was just gonna do that head part, and then decided that I needed to do the rest of the body because it just looked like a floating dog head with that background. So now I'm putting in the rest of the body in there of this beautiful dog. So the colors in the background just it worked so well with this dog because I like to use the colors that are in the background in the animal. And when they match up so well like this one did, I just think it looks really nice. Yeah, so just putting in all that fur, it takes a while. This one took quite a while to do, but not more than, like a day. I don't think I spent on it. Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's several hours, but I mean, when I was doing acrylic paintings, they would take me, weeks to do. So, of course, I did them bigger. This one's only 9 by 12, but they also blow up really well. So, I can do prints of these, so I can make them a lot bigger, and they look really great. I don't know if it's just the medium or what it is, but they look really good as prints. So you can go to vickyjessing.com and order some prints and, get some artwork from me. They're all signed and, from my original artwork. Pretty cool. Okay, so here is this beautiful blue heeler. If you know anything about these dogs, they are just the most incredible dogs. Gosh, we just love all our healers. They're a bit neurotic, but they're such good dogs. So here it is. This one's called True Blue. And look at that heart in the upper left. Isn't that perfect? Thanks.